Welcome here to Friday Night Lights in Lansdowne Rugby Club. The hosts are on the hunt for 3 wins on the trot, while league leaders St Mary's make the short journey here, intent on staying top of the 1A Christmas tree. You have to go back as far as 2018 to the last time these two teams played against each other in the AIL. Mary's return to the top flight has gone better than what many would have expected. Mixed results have Lansdowne sitting in 7th, their form seemingly changing as they target getting back into the top 4 picture. I'm Kieran Noble and I'm honoured to be joined today by Lansdowne legend, former club captain Jack O'Sullivan. Jack, how are you?
Thank you very much for having me on, Kieran. Really looking forward to this one. I'm sure it's set up to be an absolute cracker.
And we'll just go through the teams really quickly. Do you want to take us through Lansdowne, Jack?
Yeah, so a few familiar faces here through the Lansdowne contingent. So starting with fullback number 15, Cathal Eddy, number 14 and captain tonight, Rory Parada, number 13, Andy Marks, 12, Harry O'Riordan, 11, Sean Galvin, 10, Charlie Tector, 9, Cormac Foley. Starting in the front row, number 1, Jerry Carr, number 2, Jack Traynor, number 3 and vice captain tonight, Greg McGrath, number 4, Rory Clark, number 5, Juan Bukes, number 6, Lou McGarn, number 7, Barry Fitzpatrick, and number 8, Harry Van Eden.
I'll just take you through the Mary's team very quickly. At fullback they have the Punisher Connor Hayes. On the wings they have Mark Fogarty and Leandro Ramirez. In the centre they've got a Munster player in Dan Goggin, made over 80 appearances for the province. He's partnered with Miles Carey. The half-back pairing is Conor Dean and Colin Riley. In the front row they've got Thomas O'Reilly, Richie Bergen and Kieran Scott, who makes only his second appearance in the AIL. Former pro Greg Jones is in the second row with Lucas Culleton, and in the back row Aaron O'Brien, one of the brightest young talents in Irish rugby at the moment, with Ethan Baxter and the captain and the Buffalo, Ronan Waters. Jack, things have been changing for Lansdowne. Things are on the up, 2 wins on the bounce. They're looking for a third tonight.
Yeah, look, I suppose when you look at the Lansdowne squad as a collective, there's probably one of the strongest contingents you had there across the AIL, but just things for whatever reason just haven't seemed to have gone their way for whatever reason across the games, struggling to put in points. But when you look at the league as at the moment, it seems to be a very strong defensive effort that they seem to be putting in week on week. Team stacked tonight, so you would hope that on the AstroTurf under the Aviva lights it'll be a strong performance from the Lansdowne team. And
tonight the man in the middle is an American. Mo Chowdhury is the referee, and it will be Leinster player Charlie Tector to get us underway. A great player to have in your arsenal tonight, Jack.
Absolutely. Anytime you can see the likes of a Charlie Tector, Cormac Foley on your squad, you know you're going to get a performance out of a Lansdowne team, you know, so you're hoping that these guys are going to dictate the tempo, the pace tonight, and really just try and set a nice groundwork towards getting a good front hold in the game.
It's a lovely night for rugby, and Tector gets us underway. Mary's take it in. Making the early carry. The league leaders. What a start to life back in 1A for them this season. The scrum half goes for the early box kick. And Cathal Eddy is taken out in the air, and the referee has no choice there but to give the early penalty.
Slightly missed that one, just been told that I was speaking too well into the mic, but that's a great start from Lansdowne. Good opportunity here to get a bit of foothold into the game, and so look, we'll just try and get a bit of territory here now from this and see if our line out can put a bit of pressure on these. I know with Mary's, Greg Jones has been running really good ship the last couple of games, so it's going to be a real good battle here tonight, and it's a great opportunity to see an early one for what we have in store.
Jack Traynor will throw in the line out. Previously a City of Armagh, I was told.
Yeah, so I think Lansdowne probably brought him in based on probably more of a physical attribute than skill attribute in the air. You know, I think Lansdowne have really pictured a strong line out here, so try and get the rolling ball going.
And Mary's disrupted early, cancelling any early plans Lansdowne had of a try. And that's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, just as I was saying to you there, Greg Jones, I watched him play against Terenure a couple of weeks ago, and he really orchestrated the line out really, really well and frustrated Terenure massively. I'm sure Lansdowne should have done their homework here tonight and trying to pick out where Greg stands in the line out, just to try and get away from him. But he's very good in the defensive aspect, and yeah, I'm sure they'll put them under pressure here tonight.
Trainer will have a second bite at the cherry now, just on halfway. The set piece so important, of course. Will they get it right this time? Yes, they do. They take it down through Clark. Mary's defending that well, though. Not much movement coming from Lansdowne. Foley takes it out. They go for the carry through the middle. They don't get much purchase. Tector, lovely hands. Andy Marks, what a season he's had so far, 6 tries. Lansdowne just putting the phases together, warming up the hands. A risky pass there. Miles Carey was on it quickly, but Lansdowne will come back for the penalty.
Yeah, look, Lansdowne very brave there in the line. It's still trying to attack the middle sections to get a bit of fun running ball. So yeah, look, listen, they earned the right to go wide. Marksy, what a season he's having. Try to take the man on the outside, and yeah, just with these new laws, any sort of infringement anyway in high picture towards the referee, it's going to be a penalty, and as we saw there.
And on Andy Marks, he's leading on a lot of the stats, Jack. Balls carried, meters made. He's the stats man this year.
I know, yeah, and I'd say if you were to measure the amount of pints drank in Lansdowne Rugby Club, he wouldn't be too far off. But yeah, Marks is having an incredible season. He's always been one of the star performers we've had over the last couple of years. Very, very lucky to have him. We got him from UCD, and you know, I think this is his breakout season to really stand out in 1A.
And the third line out for Lansdowne, and it's all about red zone efficiency this one.
Yeah, look, you just have to win your ball here. I think just keep it really simple if you can, or not. Get your platform.
That's a lovely takedown. Lansdowne are looking for something here. They want this 22 visit to turn into points. Trainer has a look, has a go. They go out the back. Tector over the top, but that's a really good intercept. But they kick it forward, and Lansdowne should have enough to tidy this one up. But again, that looping pass causing problems.
Yeah, just try to force it a little bit out wide there and put themselves under pressure here. And just need to try and get a good platform here to get a good exit.
And Mary's put the pressure on, and now things can change very quickly in the game of rugby.
That's it, just slipping slightly out of structure there, trying to go for the one-off pass out wide. Picked out well on the outside. I think it was by Conor Hayes there, just can't quite see. Put Lansdowne under pressure, and this is what this game is going to come down to. It's going to be small margins. I know obviously there's a big gap in terms of the table settings at the moment, but two teams that are gunning for this competition this year.
And Colin Riley, the St Mary's scrum half today, his second appearance of the season. His sister Aveen is an Irish international, of course, in both 15s and 7s. Former Buccaneers man. First scrum of the day, Riley with the feed. There's not much movement in that. Waters will have to take it. They're on the cusp of the 22. Here's Aaron O'Brien, a real player to look out for in the years to come. Goggin out the back. Lansdowne defence set well though. That's a lovely tip on. Mary's testing out this Lansdowne defence, but so far they're up to the test.
Yeah, they were lucky there, Lansdowne. They looked like their out of D was just slightly stretched there in terms of the way they were set up, and if that pass had gone to hand, they were clean through. Look, I don't think it's anything too stressful that they've been posing towards Lansdowne, but it just shows early on that Mary's are definitely looking to play here. They're going to earn the right to go wide, and when they get that opportunity, they're definitely going to take it. So Lansdowne need to be on their best behaviour tonight in terms of D setup.
Were you always on your best behaviour, Jack? Were you on your best behaviour at the dinner earlier?
I can't speak about the dinner, but I remember against Young Munster a couple of years ago, Mike Ruddock spent the whole half time giving out to me for a yellow card just in half time, so I'm sure that'll say enough.
Mike Ruddock, of course, and still involved in the Lansdowne coaching setup. And it's great Friday night rugby, isn't it? It's a great teaser for the weekend.
That was brilliant, and obviously, as you said there, it's just at the pre-match dinner, and there's over 200 people at the gig. So, in terms of, I suppose, spectacle for rugby, everyone wants to get out tonight and watch their club rugby, see some of the Leinster players in club colours, see how they get on, and what a place to be on the back of the stadium.
Scrum time, Foley puts it in. Played for Leinster A couple of weeks ago against Munster A. Not involved with Leinster this weekend, however. Leinster's loss is Lansdowne's gain, but Mary's turn it over at the scrum. They're hungry early on here. That's a lovely looping pass. Fogarty with the dancing feet. Can't find the path. Jones, he's been involved a lot so far. Dean takes it right to the line. Dean again. Really inviting the runners to shoot off him. Doggin. That's a really good hit from Lansdowne. Dean goes cross field. Will Fogarty find it? But that one bounces, and it bounces, thankfully you would say, Jack, into the Lansdowne man's hand, but it's back. And now we still have. I thought that one was going out of play, but Mary's managed to keep it alive. It's just simple, pick and go rugby here for Mary's. Keep it simple. O'Reilly just letting the forwards do the work. Waters. Riley might look to use it here. Dean. Fogarty. His gate is shut. Dean. Mary smell blood here. O'Reilly, Dean, over the top. And Ethan Baxter is going to go in for the first try of the night.
Yeah, that's all been orchestrated through the 10 channel of Conor Dean here. That's excellent vision from him to see the outside space free. Picks the outside crossfield kick, which is becoming a massive trend in rugby at the moment. Finds his man perfectly, puts him under pressure. The Lansdowne do well to try and rally, but the damage is already done. Yeah, easy win.
And Ethan Baxter is going to go in for the first try. Schooling in St. Mary's, but then moved to St. Gerard's School in Wicklow. Played a little bit of rugby for Belvedere a couple of seasons ago as well.
Yeah, and I suppose, look, just watching those early encounters there, that's probably a little wake-up sign for Lansdowne that, early stages, getting the D set wide, getting themselves into position to press the Mary's defence on the outside channels, and really need to put them under pressure earlier on, because if they give Conor Dean that kind of space, he's going to punish them all night long.
Conor Hayes is on 50 points already this season. He lines this difficult one up. Good strike, but it goes wide. Doesn't have the direction, and it's 5-0 to Mary's here in Lansdowne Road.
Yeah, this next phase now for Lansdowne is all about just trying to get back into rhythm, trying to get a bit of territory on the pitch, get this ball nice and long, put Mary's back in their defensive channel and allow Lansdowne to set a little bit of an attacking platform.
Conor Dean, though, as you said, he was the orchestrator and all that for St. Mary's.
Yeah, he's been a phenomenal. He's probably a standout player in the 1A this season in terms of what he's doing for this team. He's really pulling the linchpins.
I'd say he's the best out of half an amateur rugby at the moment.
Yeah, wouldn't disagree with that. And I suppose tonight it's a really interesting pairing between himself and Tector at the 10 channels.
Cahill Eddy Drags his feet, gets Lansdowne to halfway. But the big hits are coming tonight. Hector and Mary's get involved in the passing channel and cause a little bit of chaos for Lansdowne.
Yeah, it looks like Lansdowne are trying to punch a couple of holes through the extra set of hands off the first phase. You know, I suppose it's still early days in this game. You know, you're trying to earn the right to go wide, earn the right to play those extra passes. Try and be a little bit punchier in the first 20 minutes. I know if I was still playing, that's what I'd be asking my players to do. Just earn the right to go wide, earn the hard yards early on. And you know, the space will start to begin to show as the game relaxes.
Is it a bit of settling the heads?
Yeah, well look, I suppose this game's been flagged as a big game, I'd say, for both clubs. You know, Mary's looking at this, they can go in top of the table over Christmas. Lansdowne looking at this as keeping pressure on top four. So, you know, both teams have a lot to play for here tonight. A lot to play for.
As you said, that out half battle is fascinating. Charlie Tector, the up and coming pro. Conor Dean was in the Connacht Academy previously.
Yeah, and I think Mary's just looking to try and keep them quiet here as best they can.
Lansdowne trying to flex the muscles at the scrum, and they get the penalty at the set piece.
You know, and this is what Lansdowne have probably built for throughout the summer in terms of the type of calibre of player they brought in. You know, they've got some really strong guys there. You just have to look at the likes of Bukes, and you have to like Jerry Carr, Greg McGrath back, Roy Clark. You know, there's a lot of strength there in that pack. So they really should be looking to try and attack these teams in the tight channels, i.e. scrum time, mauls, just like you're seeing there.
It will be another set piece for Lansdowne. Line out time, and can they find a riposte?
Yeah, just watching the way that Mary set up here. Greg Jones is going to pull the strings here in terms of how they set up. You know, he's going to be looking for pictures. Really smart guy when it comes to line out time. So Lansdowne just need to be smart here in terms of their calls.
Greg Jones seems to be the defensive leader in that Mary's line-out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it goes well for Lansdowne. Clean ball. Exactly what they would have wanted. But again, slippery fingers makes them lose meters. There's Bukes. Trainer. Tector wants it. He kicks it through. But that's going to be dealt with. Conor Hayes sends it back, and sends it back with interest into the arms of the Lansdowne man. They look to run. Cathal Eddy is swallowed up by a sea of blue.
Turned over.
And that's a really good turnover for Mary's. A chance for Dean to launch a counter-attack, and a crisp pass to Riley. It's kicked forward, and Colin Riley razzle-dazzle rugby here, and that's 9 and 10. We were talking about the Lansdowne 9 and 10, but it's the Mary's 9 and 10 who are doing the business right now.
Yeah, just didn't get the chance to say it, but I was just about to say that Mary's are putting Lansdowne under immense pressure around breakdown time, and as you've just seen there, turnover ball.
That's a really
get
good
the space in behind,
turnover for Mary's.
really well converted by Mary's.
Chance for Dean to launch a counter-attack, and a crisp
disconnection in the
pass to
centre piece by
Riley.
Lansdowne.
It's kicked forward,
Great initiative,
and
put the
Colin
chip in over the
Riley.
top. Easy as you go. There's your 3 points for the night, my friend.
And a second chance from at the tee for Conor Hayes. Conor Dean making everyone know who the boss is so far.
Yeah, it just looks like Mary's has settled into the rhythm a lot easier here than Lansdowne are. It looks like they're still trying to chase their patterns a little bit. You know, Mary's just been very direct, very easy in terms of what they're trying to do here tonight. And it looks like Lansdowne are just trying to force it a little bit, which is forcing a couple of errors here and there. And yeah, now as a result, they're trying to chase this game.
Hayes. And that one goes over. It's 12-0. And it's all Mary so far.
I think as a Lansdowne player here, you need to really look at how that try came about. There's massive disconnect in terms of the carrier into collisions versus the arrivals from clear out. And then you also have to look at the break or the defensive sign-ups here. You know, there's a lot of disconnects there, so it's really about just trying to tidy those little gremlins up in this next set. Really just try and get a foothold in this game.
And Marys have managed to get that restart, but we're going to have to go back. I think Ronan Waters thought he was away there.
I thought I was eating my words there. That's very lucky from Lansdowne. But look, this is a brilliant opportunity here now. They've got a scrum set up. They were just dominant on the last one. Try and get their foothold on this. Maybe earn the right to get a penalty. If not, give their backs a bit of front football.
Is it about putting the phases together?
Yeah, I think it's just about trying to get themselves into this game. It's not about trying to do anything classy or anything over the top. It's just about trying to run a couple of phases together. Just test this Mary's defence out. You know, having watched Mary's throughout this season, you know, they've got a real massive hunger to get around the corner, put hits in as we've seen early on. But yeah, we just have to see what this Lansdowne team's about, what they've got in the locker in terms of attacking phases.
Mary's, of course, won 1B last season, their first season back in the top flight, as I said, and it's gone according to plan, better than they planned.
Yeah, listen, anytime you go away from home, it's all about just trying to get yourself into the game early on. 12-0 up after 10-15 minutes, you know, you take that every day of the week, and now it's the home team that have to try and play the territory here and play the possession.
And can Lansdowne launch an attack from this scrum? They're trying to win another penalty at the scrum, and Foley with the little dart finds his support. Van Eden, the forwards getting involved. Marks. Lansdowne will be keen to get a score from this. Hector. Marys look comfortable enough in defence. Not creaking yet. Hector. That's a good tackle by Carey. Foley doesn't know what to do. And they're juggling with the ball now. But they'll come back for the penalty.
Very lucky there. You can just see Mary's defence set up there. They don't really have anyone hitting any rucks. They're trying to get them
from side to side, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like Mary's just trying to keep the numbers out wide. They know the threats are in 12, 13, 14 channels. So they're really just trying to keep that outer space really tight and condensed. Make sure they're getting their hits in. So they don't seem to see any threats in around the tighter channels.
Looks like Hector's going to take the 3 here, Jack. Good decision.
Yeah, I think just get yourself on the board early on. You know, I don't think it's too late in the game where you're trying to chase it just yet. So yeah, just, you know, you've put a couple of phases together there. You've an opportunity to take some points. See if you back your kicker, take it all day long.
Just get the scoreboard ticking is probably the most important thing for Lansdowne at the moment.
Yeah, look, I don't think there's any benefit to playing left or right in this game at the moment. You know, it's a very still night, very perfect conditions for rugby. So, you know, I think with these two teams, both of them love to try and play rugby. So when you look at the scoreboard, 3 points, it's not the worst outcome in the world when you base it on where we're at in this match.
Hector steps up. But that one goes wide. And not the way he would have planned his first kick back in AIL rugby.
Yeah, it just looked like he didn't catch it properly there. Obviously disappointing outcome there, but listen, go again.
Hector scored 2 tries in the game against Cork earlier in the season. Has played for Leinster 4 times this season as well. But we're still at 12-0 to St Mary's here. Hector will want to make up for that mistake. Lansdowne showing some good go forward at the moment, but as I say that, commentators curse. The balls just aren't going to hand at the minute.
Yeah, and I think it's just been the story of the season for Lansdowne here so far. It's just that last pass, last bit of interconnecting play, just not going to hand for them for whatever reason. It just doesn't seem to be sticking at the moment. Yeah, look, I don't think they've been second string here. There's a couple of lapses in defence, a couple of bits of excellence from Mary's, and that's the difference in this game.
And now it's Lansdowne who contest at the line out, but Mary's find it on their side.
Yeah, and Conor Dean likes this kick.
He goes up and under, old school.
Yeah, great outcome.
Mary's, that worked well for them, as you said. Lansdowne try and shoot up quickly and put the pressure on, and it works this time. Conor Dean's dad, of course, Paul, an Irish legend as well, and he would have been happy with that open number.
Yeah, I'm sure he learned from the best. I'm sure the game was a little bit different back in his day. But yeah, listen, like we were saying earlier on, Conor Dean's definitely been an absolute standout player in this league this season. Like we were saying earlier on, I was watching him up in Templeville there a couple of weeks ago against Terenure. He was outstanding. He really ran the game well, and it looks like he's kind of picked up where he left off here.
And Mary's, of course, without Mick O'Gara today, another crucial playmaker for them, who picked up a knock in recent weeks.
Yeah, but when you look through the Mary's team, you know, they don't seem to lack any bit of, I suppose, collective buy-in from a core group of players. You only have to look at their captain, Ronan Waters, you know, die-hard Mary's man in terms of their buy-in, and, you know, just talking to their players, that's what it's all about, buy-in to the team.
Lansdowne keeping that ball in for every second, but Mary stays strong on this occasion. Hector. Lansdowne, can they get something going here? Offside the call from some of the fans here. Mary's in over the ball, but illegally so. And it's Lansdowne who get the penalty. Go to the corner.
Yeah, I think go to the corner might not be a bad shout. Seems to be what they're looking at here at the moment. You know, I think Lansdowne just want to try and get a bit of dominance in this game here now. Try and get their front forwards, get the big boys going, get them working.
You can tell they're back in the scrum by how long they're leaving the ball in.
Yeah, and listen, like, it's definitely something they should have looked at. But I suppose when you look at the Mary's team, you only have to look at the likes of Panda, who's been around the AIL for so long. You know, they're not lacking in strength either. But Lansdowne are obviously backing themselves as a bigger team, stronger team. The way Mary's are trying to play, they're playing a little bit more expansive, a bit more exposed. And, you know, they're showing the upper hand here at the minute, basically.
They look a little bit more fluid, I suppose.
Yeah, they just seem to be a bit more rhythmic in terms of what they're trying to do here tonight.
But that's not straight. And it's a perfect night for line-out throwing, so that's a frustrating one for Trainer.
That's, yeah, there's no excuse for that, unfortunately. You know, there's just poor execution of drill. I think when you're looking at this in terms of setup, you know, when you're looking at the likes of Greg Jones against you, Baxter against you.
Does that get inside your head?
Absolutely. You need to be looking at these types of things and thinking, do I need to be putting in all these extra moves, or do I just need to be getting the ball up quick, getting out, getting the ball into the backs? And, you know, I think that's just poor execution of call.
I'm going to ask you a tough question now. What forward scared you the most when you stepped into the line-out?
Good question. There's been a lot of them over the years. I suppose when you look at Clontarf, you think of the likes of Tony Ryan and the Soroka brothers. You go down to the likes of Cork. You remember back in the days, the Kindregans and the Hayes.
Riley looks to get that off the pitch, but Eddie swallows it up and he gets his wheels moving. Bukes, the beast. Lansdowne look to play, but again, that Mary's defence up like a lightning bolt. But there's a ferocious battle going on at the breakdown, like hungry dogs on both sides. Foley, but he overcooked that one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Foley. You know, it was a good decision, good opportunity there. There was no one in the backfield, obviously just didn't connect it properly on the ball. Again, just little 1%ers just slipping away from them here.
And if you're Declan Fassbender, what will he be saying to them at half time?
Look, I think Fassie's approach to coaching, it's changed a lot over the last couple of years. I suppose if I was looking at this team and I was coaching them, I'd definitely be just saying to them, get the phases together, get your set piece going, earn the right to go wide. It's not a complicated game when you really stem it down to the basics, and the basics are what I think St. Mary's do extremely well. Really well coached, really good decision makers in the right place, and they've got a really good cohesion of what they're trying to do out there.
Connor Hayes is just clever the way he pulls the strings. He doesn't do a lot, but he just the little fine touches are enough.
Connor Hayes has been around the league for a number of years.
Connor Dean, I should say, rather.
Yeah, but even if you look at Connor Hayes or Connor Dean, either or, Connor Dean and Hayes both been around the league for a number of years. Hayes, true young monster. Dean, obviously now captaining, non-captaining Mary's.
Well, they were in the Connacht Academy together as well, both of them.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that core group of players, like I was saying earlier on, that just have that buy-in for each other. And in these types of moments when games coming or going against you, it's all about the guys that you want to dig deep and go into the trenches for.
Lansdowne. We're gonna have a reset.
Yeah, look,
they're keeping him in the cooker, aren't they? They don't want to take it out.
I think the referee's just trying to make his mind up here what way he wants to go. There's been a couple of calls here now where I feel like a decision could have been made, but just very slow to make it.
Yeah, and Kieran Scott, the Mary's tight head, only making his second AIL appearance. Came from Navanore FC, so it's a big test for him.
I remember my past Castleknock College man, we had our Christmas do down in Navan, and all they were doing was any person that played rugby was being poached, so I can only imagine how that went down that he left Navan for Mary's.
There's an agent everywhere you go in rugby clubs.
Be careful where you go. We got caught talking to Michael Sylvester 2 weeks ago in Smith's Club up in Ranelagh. And say no more.
And it's a Dublin derby as well, Jack, which really adds to the spice of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and listen, Mary's, I suppose when you're looking at the league year on year, you always expect the old reliables, the Lansdownes, the Clontarfs, the Cork Cons, Terenure, obviously in the last couple of years, just expect them to be always thereabouts. This Mary's team, in terms of the buy-in that they've had since the Sean Cronin days, the build through 1B.
Mark has done a fantastic job as well.
He's done brilliantly, and obviously a lot of respect for Mark as a person, as a coach. Obviously worked really closely with him as captain in Lansdowne. I think he's an excellent guy. I think he was unfortunate with how it worked out for him.
Van Eden took it off the back there. Lansdowne looking to move it quick. Bukes, a lovely tip on to Clark. Tector spots a bit of room, but we're going to come back for the penalty. And it was offside. There was calls from the crowd, and on this occasion they were right. The referee was listening to them.
Yeah, and look, great opportunity for Lansdowne here to try and get this into the corner, put a bit of pressure on. I suppose Tector really needs to aim as close to that 5 channel as possible now, try and keep them on the ground, let Lansdowne set up a driving maul.
And he puts it on the plate for Trainer. But get your darts right is the first job.
That's it. As I was saying earlier on, it's all about simple drills here. Just get the ball up, get it into the hands, and get your line out D set up. You're backing yourself as a bigger team tonight, so let's show it.
This is so important from Trainer. He has to make sure he gets this right, and he does. And they go to the maul, the old reliable. It's swinging around. They have a penalty advantage. They have a free play if they want to use it. Tector marks, and Carl Eddy is going to get Lansdowne going as he scores their first try of the night. And that's simple rugby, like you said, Jack.
Yeah, listen, like I said, it's a simple game. You do the basics well, you get the outcomes. That's just earning the right to go wide. Some really easy punches there. See Barry Fitzpatrick punching up really well. Bukes, getting easy forward ball on the line out. Just earning the right. And Foley and Tector well able to distribute it out wide with the likes of Marksy just there, dishing it out to Cahill on the outside channel. Easy finish. Back in the game.
And it should be a routine too for Charlie Tector.
If I'm coming across a little bias here, lads, make sure you put a little comment in the channel and just let us know. I'm doing my best here.
Just put L's in the chat for us, Sullivan.
Good too. Back in the game.
And it's a 5-point game. That Colletty try. Reducing the deficit. Colletty went to school in Presbray and was part of the Irish club squad last year as well.
Yeah, and listen, a great honour to be a part of. The clubs has been a massive part of our club rugby for the last couple of years. It's obviously a massive thing to be involved in. I was lucky enough to be involved in Irish clubs versus Scotland a couple of years ago, and it was a brilliant experience going over to Edinburgh playing against Scotland clubs, and lucky to get a good win.
We've got 10 minutes left in the half, so plenty of time for either team to get a score. And where else would you rather be tonight?
Inside.
No. I knew I should have brought a hat.
Good exits here now.
Foley will just assess his options. Taking his time. He goes for the box kick. He'll claim it. But it lands back on the Lansdowne side. They'll take that. Tector. There's a bit of space out wide here if they can move it. Marks. Drills at the defence. Mary's look to set. And they seem organised now. Tector. That's a lovely pass. Lansdowne are really going now. The wheels are in motion, and Cormac Foley, he's on the shoulder, and he's going straight to the try line.
Yeah, that's an excellent piece of play there by Lansdowne. You can just see Marys are punching up really hard, really aggressive, and that always leaves the risk that you're going to be caught on the inside. You disconnect channels. It always runs the risk, and Lansdowne have taken full advantage of that. Excellent play.
And just like that, Lansdowne were 12 points down about 3 minutes ago, and now they could be 2 up.
Yeah, but look, that just comes down to simple communication. When you look back, you can just see in the inside channels there, Marys are really pushing hard, 10, 20, 30, 40, but on the outside channels they just sit and hold. If everyone had come up and bought into the one system there, that was closed off easy as. Didn't buy into the system, you get caught out, and Lansdowne took full advantage of that, and that's the danger of what the outside channels have in Lansdowne.
And Tector puts Lansdowne into the lead, and the home crowd gets noisy. 14-12 the score. The AIL, as I always say, the best league in the world.
Yeah, listen, these two teams, they really know that, I suppose they're both known for putting points on the board. And so I suppose if you're looking at the trends throughout the league, this game, I suppose the winning team, you'd expect them to be north of 30 points here, so I don't think that's the last try we're going to see here tonight. I always remember, playing this league, and Mike Riddock used to always speak about the defensive aspect of the league. He always spoke about the team with the best defense would always, be thereabouts, but this here just seems to be complete opposite. There's such closeness between the teams. City of Armagh, second best defensive aspect of the league. Marys are top. They've got one of the strongest defenses in the league. But Lansdowne, Tarf, Terenure, they're all in within 10-15 points of each other. So it just goes to show how close these games are.
That was Cormac Foley's third try of the AIL season. That's a lovely restart from St. Mary's on the money, but Lansdowne. Mary still have to Aaron O'Brien. Dean looking for a quick response here, not waiting around. just inside the 22, or just on the edge of it. Waters. Lansdowne digging for that ball, and they find something. They come away with it. That's a loose kick though, and an opportunity for Kerry to run it back.
Great tackle.
And there's the penalty. And Lansdowne, their tails are up, the confidence is building.
Yeah, that's it. And I think they've been chasing this for pretty much since the start of the season. There's a team in there that's capable of doing amazing things in this league. Really challenging. But it's it just doesn't seem to have clicked for them with every opportunity they've been given. It just looks like they're slowly starting to build confidence in this game. They're slowly starting to build their way into it. It's just about earning that right to go wide, earning that rhythm. And they seem to be showing it here now. Mary's is starting to go a little bit quiet.
5 minutes to go in this half. And it's been a half of two stories, hasn't it? The first 20 minutes was all Mary's. The second 20 seems to be all about Lansdowne.
Yeah, look, they're definitely shadowboxing here at the minute. Mary's, I think, are really showing their smarts in terms of coaching setup, in terms of class of player, playing the game really, really well. But Lansdowne are just looking for those little smarts on the wide channels, really just trying to look for their standout players, like some Marks, Parada, Eddie, really trying to stamp them into the game here along with their forwards.
That's another solid line out. Tector. And they're really going through the middle now, Lansdowne. They love that area of the pitch. They have some powerful runners. Tector uses his feet to good effect. Manages to get the offload off. And Lansdowne are powering now. That cohesion that wasn't there in the first quarter, they're finding it now. Foley pokes one in behind. Connor Hayes scoops it up. Lansdowne look to bring it back, but they're stopped. Foley goes for the same again, but that didn't come off the way he would have wanted it to.
Yeah, just another miss kick from Foley there, unlucky. But yeah, I think Lansdowne starting to find a little purple patch in this game, starting to put a little bit of phase together. And Mary's just been quiet for the last couple of minutes, but defensive structures is still holding out. Don't see him under too much pressure. Going well.
Quick question, Jack. I was thinking today, coming to this game, would I be right in saying that Lansdowne have three Leinster players technically? Harry Byrne, Sam Prendergast and Charlie Tector.
Oh yeah, and the rest.
Well, three Leinster out halves, I should have said.
Oh, sorry, yes. And in terms of out halves, absolutely. They've been, I suppose, in terms of out halves and hookers, we've been spoiled over the last couple of years. So have to throw in the likes of Roland Kelleher, Dan Sheehan as well into the mix there. So we've been very fortuitous in terms of the types of players that we've been producing over the last couple of years. But yeah, look, when you look across the team there, you just have to look at the likes of Greg McGrath, who's a former Connacht player, and Barry Fitzpatrick, who's former Leinster underage system, and Roy Parada, who's a professional player with Cornish Pirates. There's a lot of quality in that team, just really just need to try and find it to click.
It's a good line out from Mary's. .2 points in the game. Dean plods one behind, but he had the penalty advantage in his pocket anyway, and they'll come back for it.
Yeah, I really like the kicking game from Dean. I think he really varies the play in terms of what he's trying to do with the Mary's team, which always keeps the team guessing. When he feels like a team's trying to press up on him too much, he always puts that little area ball, a little chip in behind, just to keep them guessing, keep them sitting on their toes. I think that's what creates a little bit of space for Mary's on the wider channels, and what's getting them so much results in terms of tries. He's a really smart player in terms of what he tries to do. And yeah, look, he's pulling the strings really well here for Mary's here tonight, as per.
And apparently, this is the last play of the half. Once the ball goes dead, that's it. So can Mary's register a score here and put themselves into the lead heading into the interval? The Mall slowly but surely moving. Bergen at the back. Colin Riley just checking what's going on, but Mary's so composed, so controlled there, and they've got the penalty, and they might do same again.
Yeah, if I was Mary's, you've got the front foot there, stick it back in the corner, put it on the 5-metre channel and press for a try.
But we are seeing more and more nowadays quick tap plays, but it looks like Conor Hayes is going for the sticks, and if he lands this one, that'll put Mary's one up at half time.
That's a wise head on Conor Dean's shoulders there. Sees the bigger picture, get yourself in front at half time. It's all about just ticking the scoreboard over here. This has turned into a little bit of a cup final match between these two teams. It's just about squeezing yourself in front, getting the maximum amount of points that you can away from home. Smart play.
With Mick O'Gara injured at the moment, Conor Hayes taking kicking duties for Mary's.
Yeah, he used to take the kicks with Young Munster as well. It's a strong boot. Accuracy can wane a little bit from time to time, but when he catches it, there's not a better kicker than him in the league.
He has a long distance boot as well. And over it goes, and Mary's will go in the driving seat into the half-time break, 15-14 into the lead. But really it was all about Lansdowne in those last 20 minutes. That Conor Hayes penalty gives Mary's the lead. But that's all for the first half, and we'll be back with you very soon. We're back for the second half. Conor Dean. That was quick, Jack.
Just listening to a bit of halftime chat there. So apparently Cohleddy would sidestep a telephone box according to Danny Hogan.
And Lansdowne kick it back. One point in the game. 15-14. Mary's lead. In the first 20 minutes they were excellent. Conor Dean, the man controlling things for them. And Lansdowne slowly grew into the game, scoring 2 tries through Cohleddy and Cormac Foley. St Mary's tries from Ethan Baxter and Colin Riley. And Mary's, that maul just edging forward, maybe waiting for the penalty, but Riley takes it out. And here's Ramirez dancing away, but they manage to grasp him. They get a hold of the jersey and stop him in his tracks. And a bit of miscommunication there, loses Mary some meters, and it looks like Lansdowne are on this one, and yes they are.
Just goes to show the importance of first up tackles. You know, you slip one, puts you under massive pressure. You slip two, then really think you're going to get put under the pump there. But Lansdowne scrambled really well. Great turnout from Barry Fitz. Get themselves out of trouble now and get themselves a bit of platform here to go forward.
Hector will place this one into touch, but he doesn't find touch, and it goes into the hands of the Marys man. But that's not the worst outcome in the world for Lansdowne. They'll have the throw in.
I suppose this is probably our first opportunity here to see what the halftime talks have been, what the communications are about, what to try and implement in the second half. So this is our first bit of structured play we're really going to see here. Be interested to see if Lansdowne try and keep this tight or try and play wide.
Trainer with his first line out of the half. That one was well competed, but Lansdowne do well to get it away. That's lovely playing. Cohleddy goes to the gap and he passes, and Andy marks try number 7, and he's top try scorer in the AIL this season, and he gets another one.
If I was a coach watching this, I would watch Lansdowne rugby about 5 years back and watch the pattern of play there. That is basic, fundamental Lansdowne rugby. Excellent play from the forwards, get the ball, hit out, great carry up, and just simple play. They've exposed really simple defensive areas there. That's simple. Mary's trying to get around the corner too quickly, exposing the inside channel of the defensive ruck. You know, they cut them clean, and 19-15's the score. Conversion to come.
And it's a straightforward one for Hector. All the tries have actually been scored in handy enough positions for the team.
Yeah, it's been, I suppose, it's been really just trying to sucker punch each other, trying to cut lines in between each other. You know, this game, it's been just little moments of brilliance from each team, and I think we're getting a real showcase of two really top quality teams in this league.
And Cohleddy shouldn't go unnoticed, the impact he's having on this game.
Yeah, you look, Eddie's had a really good look at different aspects of rugby. When he came onto the scene in the senior setup in Lansdowne, he was quickly drafted into the 7s. He's got a real calibre of class about him. Whoa.
And there could be card conversations here. That looks very dangerous.
Waving it off.
We don't have the luxury of TMOs here, but I'd like to give that one another look. And Conor Hayes struggling with that one, and Lansdowne on him quickly, but they're off their feet, and it's going to be Marys who get the penalty. But that was a dangerous looking tackle.
I know the referee's doing his best here, but where is his officials?
That tackle was like chopping down trees.
Yeah, look, I think Lansdowne are probably a little bit unfortunate there. Marys have a really good opportunity though to get themselves back in. It's gone a little bit quiet over the last 20 minutes just in terms of what they're trying to do here. So this is probably the first time we've kind of seen a bit of a Marys setup here.
But they have that quality to turn it around very quickly.
And that's it. Games kind of ebb and flow as the game progresses.
Especially in the AIL, it's...
Yeah, and I suppose in terms of the track that you're playing on, I suppose in games gone by, when you would look at the AstroTurf, look at the fixture when you're playing against Lansdowne, you'd probably have looked at it and maybe thought that this is probably not the game that we're focusing on for 5 points. But as time has kind of progressed, and particularly looking at the team that's here tonight, Marys would fancy themselves in this type of track. The type of players they have at their disposal, quick players, pacey backs, good hands. This is set up for them to have a really big performance here, which we're seeing.
And only 6 points in it. And that's a good line out from St. Mary's, Bergen. They seem at home with this maul at the moment, Marys. They look to use it on every occasion almost, but Riley takes it out. Waters. He's a great leader of this Marys team. Dean again brings it to the line beautifully. Conor Hayes, Fogarty, and what a try! If you blink, you'd miss it. And Mark Fogarty, him and Conor Hayes combined there, and just like that, Marys get a try.
Yeah, that's just excellent play by the backs. Simple hands, get the ball out wide. That's the threat that Mary carry at all times. Backs are capable of just carving lines, carving holes, any situation. Looked like Lansdowne had that covered there, but just found space, found time, found opportunity to get the ball into spare hands. And as a result, tough kick on the wide channels, but 5 points on the board.
And Hayes and Fogarty combining to create that try. But again, it all starts with Dean, doesn't it?
Yeah. I suppose, look, we'd be a bit repetitive in terms of talking about it, but that guy is really pulling the strings. If he falls out of that team, I think Mary's become a little bit of a different animal in terms of their quality and their potential in this league. He's absolutely been one of their star players, but he is aided by a phenomenal forward pack and some excellent backs on the outside of him,
and pretty good DNA as well.
I suppose, unfortunately, we face this for the radio back here, so we can't speak too much about that.
Well, I do. I don't know about you, Jack.
Well, I'm still here.
You've that South Dublin in you.
I'm a good, strong Mead man, true and
true. Lansdowne still have the 1 point advantage. That was a tough kick for Conor Hayes after assisting the try. But really, it's really in the melting pot now.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just as I was saying earlier on, I really don't think the scoring is finished at this stage.
Well, we'll see a few more, I think. Riley will look to go to the skies. And he puts it into touch. It's a real back and forth game.
Yeah, it's...
if you left for 15 minutes to go to the toilet, you'd miss a lot.
It's definitely an attritional game here. It's obviously just showing how close this league is in terms of the calibre of teams that we have in it. First versus eighth, point in it to the opposite team that's lower down.
And that's a sloppy line out from Lansdowne, gifting it back to Mary's. And Baxter crawls to get the meters. Dean, Lansdowne, very high there. Cries of offside, but they managed to get the intercept. Now Lansdowne are in the ascendancy. Clark steps up, takes it. Tector looking for a gap. Gowran.
Big hit.
Clark. Tector goes to kick it through, but it's blocked. And there's a chase on here. Water's out the back. Oh. Baxter couldn't take it. And it was almost a Nula moment.
I thought a couple of people were about to fall over here with that move. Oh my days.
Good job we're sitting down.
Oh, this game is opening up massively here. What is going on?
Terry, strap yourselves in.
Here we go.
It's a roller coaster. You fell for Waters there though. He just didn't have the gas, but he knew it. He threw it out the back, and Baxter just slipped through the grasp.
Probably another half an hour of this. This is relentless now. The teams are just letting loose. This is at the stage of the match where you just start throwing the big hits. I didn't know we were at that stage just yet, but it seems to be.
The shackles are off from both sides.
Yeah, it's brilliant though, isn't it? You know, when you're watching these games, it's not about just trying to play territory or trying to play the 1%ers. These teams are really going at each other, sticking to their strengths. As Pat Lamb would have said last week playing with Bristol, they want to go out and play the way they want to play. Play attacking rugby, play the right way. And both of these teams are showing that here tonight. It's absolutely brilliant to see.
Foley gives that one to the forwards and they take it out. Tector. A 1 point game here in Lansdowne Road. A big shot coming in there from Mary's. Nice and low.
Good punch.
Tector looks for a receiver, and that's Ramirez. He claims it, but they managed to stop him. And it's helter-skelter rugby at the moment.
What's the referee giving here? He's giving a knock-on back to Lansdowne.
Poor decision there from Tector. It didn't look to be on.
Yeah, I think it was probably the right decision. You have to trust Tector in terms of his credibility at this league. He's a professional rugby player. He sees the game a little bit differently to the way I'd see it. But, you know, it was the right decision. Maybe just execution was just a little bit off. Gave Mary's that slimmer hope there where there's an opportunity on, but just going back to those basic skills. Just knock on and final moments there, just give Lansdowne back the ball.
And a chance for both teams just to catch their breath.
I don't know if we've actually had a break at the second half so far, have we? I just want to give a little shout out to Mary McAllister there for my commentating skills. Thank you very much, Mary. And trust me, my daddy issues are very okay. I hope you're having a lovely evening at home. You should have been here. It's a cracking night for the AIL. Probably about 400 or 500 people here. I'll have you know I'm a good Meath man, not a South Dublin man.
I was only winding you up, man. I'm from Wicklow, but I always get slagged by my friends that I'm South Dublin too. option. Lansdowne. The scrum has been a real area of strength for them all day. Protector. But that one's spilt. And we'll come back for the knock on. But it's also the two back lines. They've got some real killers. Conor Hayes on the Lansdowne side. You've got Andy Marks. Like, they've got guys that can break the line in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, you can clearly see that both sides are trying to utilise this, play some of the strike runners there in the wider channels. I think Mary's just been a little bit quiet in this game, not being biased, but it's been I think Lansdowne have definitely been probably one of the
comments are going to go mad now.
My head is rattled here, but the game has definitely been tipped a little bit in Lansdowne's favour in the last half an hour, I'd say. So it's just trying to get themselves back into the game, and what an introduction to make other than JP Pandafield or JP Keating here.
Made over 130 appearances in the AIL, I was told, during the week for various different clubs.
Yeah, well, I suppose my knowledge of JP has definitely been through Gary Owen.
And the first test for him at the scrum now. Here comes the squeeze. Here's Carey. Pirouetting away from the defenders. Dean, the magic man so far in this game, and they get it to the wide channels. Conor Hayes kicks it forward. Where's that one going to land? And it lands right in the hands of Mark Fogarty, and the winger grabs his second.
Lansdowne has just erupted in terms of the noise. What a try from St. Mary's. That's what they've been trying to keep at bay all night. That strike play, simple good hands through the channels. Conor Hayes once again pulling great strings on the wide channels. What a try.
Conor Hayes and Mark Fogarty, they've created something special already tonight, and they've created another moment of magic there to put Mary's back into the lead.
Yeah, listen, I'm not sure if this is just player intuition or something that they might have analysed pre-game, but they seem to be looking for those little bits of chips in behind, a little bit of space in behind the defensive lines. I know obviously they cut in behind there, but that's the second try they've cut in there tonight where they've gone for the chip in behind there and got result out of it. Great execution.
A tough kick again for Conor Hayes. Very similar to the last position he had for his conversion, and with that as well, Marys have got the try bonus point, so they will take at least 1 point from this game, if nothing else.
Yeah, and rightfully deserved. I suppose I probably said this a little while ago, but I really think this game's going to go over 30 one way or another. I suppose now we're probably getting into the stage where you need to start looking at your bench.
And what a strike from Conor Hayes. He assists tries, he kicks conversions. What can this man not do?
I really am unsure at this stage. I really am unsure. But look, I think it's probably starting to get to that point in the game now where teams need to start looking at the bench, seeing the resources that they have at their disposal, try and change something in this game one way or another. Getting to that point now.
Mary's 6 points up now. Try bonus point in the bag. Can they see it out? Or will Lansdowne throw a couple more punches? Whoa. We were nearly taken out in the commentary box here.
Someone thinking he was Ronaldo but forgetting he's a rugby player.
Yeah. The screen was almost taken out. Lansdowne
Just see Barry sitting in the back pocket here for Lansdowne. Looks like they're going to try and go tight if they can win the ball. Mary's get up. Great take.
Get inside the channel and they nick the ball and Riley says, let's kick it. Lansdowne send it back straight into the hands of Dean. Hayes joins in the kick and tennis. They might use Colletti here. No, they don't. Tector is next to kick. Hayes takes his next shot. They're trading here. Trading in disguise. But Dean switches it up. Goes for one over the top. But Lansdowne very aware to it. Hector goes high into the night sky. Ramirez takes it.
Oh, there's space here.
And they've got a bit of space out wide. Connor Hayes. But he's taken by the ankles. And the crowd are going mental. This is glorious. This is the AIL.
Yeah, this game has opened up here massively. Mary's have really got themselves back into this game.
It's a game of chess now though, really.
Yeah, it's just trying to see if Lansdowne have a response here. Mary's are playing all the rugby.
Who's going to crack next? Foley. We've seen more kicks in the last 5 minutes than we probably did all game.
Yeah.
And Mary's confident to run it from deep inside their own half. Fogarty, 2 tries already to his name. But he seems to have taken a knock, Mark Fogarty. Hope he's okay. And there was a big gap open there. And Mary's go through it. And there could be another try on here. Aaron O'Brien to Connor Hayes. Nobody's in his way. He's going to step. And he's going to score. But it's been a knock on. And as I say that, Connor Hayes, at the last moment, the ball just dislodges from his hands.
I think everyone here thought that was in. The celebrations were already coming in, the cheers were crying. While that was phenomenal play by Marys, that's cracking D by Lansdowne. That is resilience to get back and cover that tackle.
I thought Connor Hayes had open road there.
I'm surprised he didn't get in there. That could have been game over. Lansdowne hold on by a breath. Can you, under the pump that you're on now, you're under absolute red zone pressure here, find a way to get yourself out of your danger zone. Mary's in the ascendancy.
The mental resolve is really being put to the test here. And the fitness as well as that.
This is where you find out what your squad is made of, what your team is made of. You know, right now, Mary's have been asked the questions, Mary's have been put under pressure, and they found a way to punch back. They found a way to answer the questions and got themselves in a brilliant position here where they have an opportunity to kill out the game.
And this is a huge line-out for Lansdowne coming up. Will Mary's put somebody into the air? Lansdowne need to get it right. Mary's don't put anybody up. Lansdowne, it's quite obvious they need to find an exit. Will it be Foley? It will indeed. And that finds touch, and that's a good touch finder from Foley.
It's a great exit.
Controlled. That's what you want your 9 to do in those moments.
That's where the class of the likes of Foley's and Tectors come into this game. just simple basics done well, running the system really smooth, getting nice clean kicks, finding a good exit. You'd be delighted with that at any level of rugby. Not sure what's going on here. We got an injury? Just see here in the back of the Lansdowne lineout, club captain Jack Cook's just been drafted in. First appearance in a couple of weeks after injury.
Ex-London Irish player.
Yeah, I actually lived with Cookie for a couple of weeks. And for anyone who comments, it was just a trial, not a contract. But great guy and brilliant clubman.
He's looking to land the killer blow. They're almost in the 22. Dean, they go out wide again. Conor Hayes this time though is dealt with well. Dean to his second row. Dean, Aaron O'Brien flat on the line, but Aaron O'Brien just couldn't take it. And Lansdowne will get the relieving penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see this at home watching, but just the conditions are just starting to slip here ever so slightly. Rain's starting to drip down, and on this pitch it makes for a really greasy ball. Probably just makes it a little bit trickier just to try and get that ball into hand and try and utilise those wide threats that we've been exposed to here all night. It's really pouring down.
And Tector puts them just inside the Mary's half. Hill to throw this one in. That's a good line out from Lansdowne. Hector goes for the up and under. That one bounces out of Hayes' hands, and Lansdowne have the knock-on advantage. And the rain, as you said, Jack, pouring down here. George Morris has come in for Lansdowne as well.
One of the most famous people that played at Spoons in all of Ireland.
Irish under 22.
Yes, the latter part of his CV. But that's a smart play from Lansdowne there, just trying to use the aerial space and the conditions now that the game has turned. And a smart play by Tector, and Lansdowne get a put in here in the scrum.
Have you signed for Stonies, Jack?
No comment.
Of course, that's another big game coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And again, back here in the back pitch in Lansdowne. Lansdowne versus Estonians. Can't wait for that one. It's going to be an absolute cracker. The likes of Andy Marks, Jack Cook going up against the likes of Matthew Keane and Roy O'Farrell and Estonians. It'll be a great game.
And thanks again to BF Sports Analysis, who are providing quality streams all across the AIL this season. They're covering Trinity versus Blackrock tomorrow, where Irish international Ryan Baird is lining out for Trinity.
Saw that. That is definitely one for the books if you're playing against Ryan Baird tomorrow. Hope you get your
one to tell your grandkids.
Oh well, one to get your oatmeal in before the game. And best of luck putting the shoulder in.
But Lansdowne get the penalty at the set piece.
Yeah, I suppose, look, we're probably coming up towards 10 minutes towards the end of this game here now, and I suppose this is where you've got decisions to make in terms of what you try and do. And it's like Tector might be going for the corner.
And who makes that decision? Is it Parada? Is it Tector? Who makes the final call?
Yeah, well, look, it probably comes down to your captain, I suppose. In terms of Lansdowne, you've probably got about 3 or 4 different leaders on the pitch there. And you've got Cook, you've got Marks, you've got Parada, you've got the likes of Greg in the front row there. So, you know, it's all about those key communications at vital times. You know, when the game is really in the melting pot like it is at the moment, both sides will be just trying to get those simple communications here at each other. You know, when you look at the Mary side of things, you have the likes of Panda, you have the likes of Conor Dean, you have the likes of Conor Hayes. You have so much experience there to try and ride these moments out. Some guys that have been through the bigger moments.
An ex-Connacht player, Peter Sullivan, has also come in for Lansdowne on the wing.
Yeah, and again, Sully, like, what a talent to bring into the game at this stage of the game. Really big, strong, physical player. Really look to try and get his impact on the game for the last couple of minutes here, see if he can try and create anything. This is it. This is just about emptying your locker now and just seeing what you have to offer. Game's very much in the balance here. 6 points in at any man's game.
These are the big moments.
Yeah, and you know, like, look, credit to Marys. They've come away from home once again and they've put in a massive shift here. You know, they put themselves in the position to win this game. You know, that's testament to what they've been doing all season long.
And of course, these two teams will meet again on the 11th of January, but that time in Templeville Road. And Lansdowne go to the Mall. Bread and butter for forward packs. And Poole takes it off the back, but there was an obstruction, says the referee. And Marys will get the penalty. And that could be a momentum shifter, Jack.
Yeah, that's a big moment there. That was an opportunity for Lansdowne. Probably just kept it in the Mall fraction too long. Probably should have let it go wide. They didn't seem to be gaining any more momentum by holding it in there. You know, just again, lapse in concentration, gives the ball back to Marys. You find a really good territory against the wind. And that ball would be getting greasy now as well. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Greg tries to run here in terms of a line out. Again, I just feel like the simple balls, it's all about just winning the ball back, getting position. So he's running the 6-man here, get the ball close to the front. Really good tempo ball, really good.
That's the type of line-out you want in these conditions.
Yeah, middle front ball.
Keep it direct.
And this is a brilliant drive by the forwards.
And Mary's
trying to keep Lansdowne on us here now.
And screams for offside again. But Dean spots the space in behind Conor Hayes. Lansdowne living dangerously on that defensive line. But Marys give away possession. But Lansdowne might kick themselves here. And it is Foley who aims it into the sky, and Hayes is wrapped up. Lansdowne have got hands on, and Bukes takes it. Tector Goes for same again, but into the corner this time. And he's measured that one. Not quite good enough. But it'll be Mary's who
just misses angles there.
Mary's come out on top there, but Tector, he was brave, he went for it, and they always say fortune favours the brave, but on that occasion things just didn't go to plan for him.
Yeah, just didn't get the rub of the ball there. Unfortunately slipped onto the far side of the dead ball line and brings play back now for Mary's put in. This game just feel like with 6 minutes still to play, it's still far from over, you know. I just feel like I'm kind of a little bit on the edge of my seat here one way or another.
But they're playing to the elements now, both teams, aren't they?
That's it, like it's just about fractions here, just trying to play the right style of game to try and see this game out. Mary's just want to be trying to play a little bit of territory, get themselves out of trouble.
Have to put in at the scrum, just on halfway. The battle of the half-backs. We said it at the start that it was going to be fascinating, but it's really lived up to the billing.
And you know that this might be the difference if this scoreline stays the way it is. You know, I suppose when you look at the Lansdowne team where maybe there's a little bit of chop and change and bringing in and out 10s and 9s and players left, right and centre, whereas Mary's have had a really steady collective passage of players throughout the years. Throughout the game, excuse me.
And a few Mary's players down on the floor here. There seemed to be a collision in that last play.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. But I can see here on the far touchline, Lansdowne look like they're going to make a couple of changes again. Get a couple of fresh legs back into this to try and push for...
Jack Matthews still on the bench for Lansdowne.
Yeah, and again, like real tempo player, wants to try and raise the pace of the game.
Came up through the 20 system here.
I'm just looking over on the Mary's touchline there. It looks like Mark McHugh's keeping his cards close to his chest.
He was a Bateman Cup winning coach, of course, here in Lansdowne previously.
Yeah, and again, Mark's been a part of 2 AIL winning groups, so in terms of, I suppose, the book of knowledge that he's probably taken with him from different coaching groups across the years, along with his experience, he's a formidable coach in this league. And, you know, from working with the guy, he really does know his stuff, and I suppose this is just case in point here tonight.
2 excellent coaches on both sides. Declan Fassbender led Gonzaga to their first ever Leinster School Senior Cup in 2023, and Mark McHugh achieved a lot as a player, and he's achieving more as a coach.
Yeah, Mark's done a phenomenal job taking over from a very difficult situation with Sean Cronin and moving down to Munster, so, you know, credit to him. But, you know, if I suppose if tables stays the way it is, you know, I really hope that he does go on to do amazing things with this Mary's team. I know they're hungry for it.
That's a solid take at the line out, and the maul machine is mauling. It's still going. It's still motoring forward, and they have the penalty advantage if they want to use it. Be interesting to see what Mary's decide to do here. They have the free shot if they want to use it. They're staying patient. Pick and goes through Baxter. Keating next. Very composed rugby here from Mary's, not rushing into anything. Staying disciplined. Same goes for Lansdowne in defence. This is old school rugby here. The old school tactics. put it up the jersey and have a go. But they do swing it out. Dean pops it through, but Lansdowne have a man there covering it, but they'll have the penalty. And it'll be interesting to see poke into the corner. Teams like that quick tap.
I think at this stage of the game, you know, you're just trying to kill the clock out.
Eat the clock, yeah.
Eat the clock, take the points, take the rest of the cake home with you, i.e. 4 points.
Well, if Marys win, they'll take 5 points.
Sorry, excuse me, with the bonus point.
And at the moment, Lansdowne will get 1 with the losing bonus point, but they're still on 3 tries, so they won't get a try bonus point.
Yeah, it looks they want more by the looks. They're backing themselves. They're going for the corner.
And Mary's hoping that the set piece platform will pay dividends for them here.
Yeah, and that's absolute confidence in their line out setup there. Great execution.
And the line out, it's moving and it's over the line. And is that the killer blow? Is that the win for Mary's?
I did say early on that whoever is going to win this game is going to score over 30 points. And there you go. The Mary's faithful absolutely love that. That is confidence in what you're doing. You know, in a game where you feel like the 3 points is enough to kill it off, back your setup, go for the corner, do your drills, absolutely perfect. And there's your reward. 5 points with an extra 2 on the table.
The Mary's Ultras are in full voice here. And they will be top of the tree this Christmas time.
Yeah, and listen, absolute full value for their money. It's been a hell of an introduction to 1A for St. Mary's this year. I suppose if in a Lansdowne camp, you know, you have to look at yourself in the mirror now and wonder where it slipped away from you in these games. You know, I felt like they were probably in the ascendancy midway through the second half there, but it just slipped away from them. Mary's just stuck to their guns, stuck to the basics and routines. There you go.
That one just goes awry for Conor Hayes, but he won't mind too much. St. Mary's are 11 points up, and this could be a massive away victory for them, and maybe even the highlight of their season.
Yeah, well, I know. If I was Mark McHugh watching this is a sweet victory. You know, I'd say he probably saw this one straight away in the fixture list and earmarked it as a massive
on the
game.
calendar, big red circle.
Big red circle. So, you know, credit where credit is due.
McAvoy, his kick goes to Eddie.
You have to say, in terms of the halfback pairings, Lansdowne too have been much the quieter. I feel like Dean and
Riley have both just controlled the game.
Yeah.
They've been probably a little bit more composed, a little bit more controlled. And a try for Lansdowne would be worth another point on the table, and they get exactly that. And it was Louis McGowan who got that try for Lansdowne. And that's the bonus point try in the bag. 6 points. The deficit now. It'll be interesting to see how long the referee has left.
Yeah, just looking at some of the comments here, and I think people are picking it up pretty quickly. It's just little basic errors there by St. Mary's, just cost them that little try there, just setting up in D. Probably thought this game was dead and buried, but it seems like there's a little bit of time left to play. See here now, Mary's
turning the ball over. They just need to see this one out.
This should be game over.
McAvoy, the third scrum half, steering the ship. Keep ball and wait till the referee tells you can put it out. it's time for Conor Dean to say that's that, and it's a huge win for St Mary's here tonight. 32-26 against Lansdowne.
Merry Christmas, St Mary's. Top of the table in 1A over Christmas. Who would have thought?
And if we were to pick a player of the match, Jack, I always let my co-coms pick.
Yeah.
What would you say? I think I know already.
Yeah, look, when you look across the Mary's team, you look to the wider channels, Conor Hayes, you look up from Ronan Waters, absolute stalwarts, Panda coming in, making an absolute impact on the team, but there's no one else you can look at in that team that's running the strings as well as Conor Dean. Absolute standout player in the 1A, not just tonight, 1A tonight. Absolute credit to him.
And this was a great advertisement for what the AIL offers. It was a great night for the club game. Mary's top of the table at Christmas. Lansdowne, there was glimpses of what they can do in that performance, but a lot to work on for them. And that's it from us here tonight. We hope you enjoyed.